Hey everyone, I recently read a very disturbing article on Kotaku, and it was about Let's Players and like why people watch Let's Plays. I was curious, because I don't fucking understand you, but what's wrong with you? Why the fuck would you watch my videos? It just doesn't make any dollars to me, it doesn't make any sense. So I went on there, I started reading, and all of it was making sense. It's about empathy, and what you do is, like, when you're watching them, you empathize with the, I guess, situations, you sub yourself in, you sit there and think about decisions that you would make playing the game. So gameplay-oriented videos, that's the main reason. You're a normal functioning human if you can watch them. Down at the bottom of the article is like, there was like a little paragraph that said psychopaths have a harder time enjoying gameplay videos because they have less of an empathy response to them or something like that. They don't have any empathy. That's basically the issue there. And then I got to thinking, I don't have any interest in video game videos at all. Like, I make them. I love playing games and I love making videos on them, but I don't watch them at all. And if I do watch them, it really has to be personality based. I find people like JonTron funny because of JonTron, not because of the game he's playing. If he wasn't talking, I wouldn't fucking watch it. So then that really got me thinking. I was really concerned, honestly, thinking that, is there a possibility I'm a psychopath? And I started running through my head a list of things that led me to believe that I might have been questionably psychopathic. And here's my list. Well, there's the Kotaku article, I just talked about that, I'll cross that out. But my social life, I have zero fucking in real life friends. None. I don't have a single person that I go to their house, talk to them, fucking anything like that. I don't have any outside of, you know, like, I can just unplug from my social life. If I walk away from the computer, it doesn't exist anymore, and I fucking love it. And I was thinking to myself, is that something that, like, a psychopath does? That's kind of fucking weird, Sam. And so that was one of the things. When I was a kid, not so much now, which is funny, because these two go hand in hand and don't complement each other, though. I had, when I was a kid, if there was any way I could lie to get my brother in trouble, I'd fucking do it in a heartbeat. I'm not sure if that's a whole sibling thing or if I'm just a dick. I don't know what it is. But when I was a kid, I'd fucking lie my ass off to get my brother in trouble. So I had a history of lying. But recently, like since I like 18 years old and up, I've realized that the key to my happiness, and this is the main thing that drove me to think that maybe there's some psychopathic behavior going on here in my old noodle. I'm trying to figure myself out, and I'm at that phase in life, by the way. That comes shortly before killing yourself in a fucking oven. Callous behavior goes hand in hand with this. I realized that telling the truth, even if it's fucking brutal, that's the simplest lifestyle in the world. Instant happiness. You don't have to remember shit. You don't have to fucking... You just have to have like a split second of balls and tell the person the dead truth, and you don't have to fucking worry about it ever again. If you lie about something, it sits there and weighs you down and you're all this shit. For example, my uncle just got a new boat. He wanted to go out on his boat and with his friend, and he invited me. And this is the shitty part. First off, he asked me, "You doing anything this weekend?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm going to work a little bit. And besides that, I don't really have anything planned." And he was like, "Alright, well, you want to come out in my boat with me and my friend?" And I just go, No, I do not. Right up, instant. He's like, you didn't even think about it. I'm like, I don't really have to think about it. I just don't want to go. That's not something I want to do. He's like, well, you could have made up something, like you had a plans or whatever. I'm like, yeah, but you fucking asked me first, asshole, if I had any plans. I said no. Then you drop it on me. You underswept any fucking lie I could do to get out of it. You made me look like an asshole. The only option would be say yeah. So no. I was like, fuck you, I don't want to go. I don't want to do it. And I answer like that all the time. I've been called at work and in my personal life callous. Ask my dad. He asked me if I want to do something. I just look him right in the face and say, no, I do not. I don't want to do that. Go fuck yourself. Learning to say no is the most beautiful thing I've ever learned. It is just the key to all happiness. So then, I was thinking about these things. I'm like, shit, man. I don't know, this is kind of weird, and I realized I don't mesh with people too often. So I looked up like a psychopathy checklist to see if I match any of this shit, and I have it right over here. And where'd my fucking dry erase pen go? I'm left-handed, so I'm not going to be able to mark this. Hold on, let me get on the other side here. Got the pen here. All right, the first one on the list is superficial charm. I don't think I'm too charming. I think the reason actually I have a channel that is reasonably successful is because there's like a lack of charm almost. It's like the exact opposite of charm. So I'm going to go ahead and just mark that one off. An X means that is not an attribute of mine, and a check means yes. Narcissism, I'd say that's another no, because most of my humor is like self-deprecating, you know, and I don't like hold myself above you guys. You know how like some people have fucking YouTube channels and they're like, oh, you guys are my little army of subscribers. Cut the fucking shit, man. You're just a fucking asshole that posts videos. There's nothing that separates you and your audience, you fucking retard. Anyways, a need for stimulation. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I don't know what that means. Like, in the psychopathic world, I don't know what that means, but, I mean, I could always use some stimulation, you know what I'm saying? Pathological lying. See, recently, like I said, like, past 8 years, it's been nothing but the cold, hard, unrelenting truth. So that's a no. Telling the truth is so fucking beautiful, man. I highly recommend it. That might look like coming, but it's not. That's cunning. That's those whip smart little motherfuckers. And I don't know. Am I cunning? I'm not sure. Should I leave that one open? I don't know about that. That might be a maybe. I don't think I'm gonna go ahead and no. You know, whatever. Shallow affect. I don't know what that is. Oh, that's like a shallow emotional response, isn't it? Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and say yeah. Like, I've never cried at a funeral or anything. I mean, I lose people around me, but it's like, people die, that's what they do. It's gonna happen. So I'm gonna put a yes. Callousness or lack of empathy. I'll put a yes on that one. Parasitic. I don't think so. I'm not really feeling that. I mean, you could ask my mom that, maybe, because I took so long to move out. I'm fucking parasitic on her a little bit, but hold on, my fucking massive guns are getting sore from holding up this lead-weighted board. This board weighs like 2 pounds. There's no reason why my arms should be tired. I'm gonna say a no on the parasitic. And poor behavioral controls. That might be in line with masturbation, like if I can't control myself on that. So that's a yes. And then there's sexual promiscuity. If that said deviant behavior, then I could check it maybe. But this says promiscuity. How do you like, where do you put, what syllable do you put the emphasis on this one? Is that promiscuity or I know it's promiscuous, so is it promiscuity? That doesn't sound right. It sounds like a load of fucking shit. So I'm gonna say no on this one because I'm all for monogamous relationships. I don't fuck around any. Early and all you people know that because on Snapchat when you send me your pics of your boobs and nut sacks, I haven't sent anything back, have I? Yeah, you keep asking. Early behavioral problems. There was some fighting. There were some bullying issues in elementary school. I'm not gonna lie there. But it wasn't like I didn't like stab anyone in the face or anything. So that might be like a maybe. I'm just guessing. The principal was always called a lot when I was early, so I'll just go ahead and just do that. Lack of realistic goals. Alright, if there's one thing, I'm not sure if psychopaths have a certain archetypal personality that they have to, be in line with. But if you guys know the Jungian personality test, he's like a famous psychologist, and he made this test for archetypes. There's like 16 different archetypes. I am a INTJ, and sometimes an I think it's TP, I think is the other one. I've done the test like 7 times, and one time I got the INTP, but the other times I got the INTJ. And I learned about this in psychology class at my little community college. I didn't go to big boy college, and I got INTJ then. I figured, because I was like 18, I figured as you grow up it might change. So I took it a couple more times over the years, and based on, times in my life, whether or not I was happy or whatever, I figured it might change my outcome a little bit. But it was like 6 out of 7 times I was the INTJ, so I'm pretty damn sure that's what I am. And one thing that INTJs do is fucking goals out the ass, man. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put an X on that bitch. I'm planning shit out 20 years from now. Am I impulsive? Yeah, once again, if that was tied on to masturbation, I'd say yes, but no. I think things through. Am I irresponsible? I'd say that's a no. And do I have criminal versatility? If there was ever a situation where I was going to murder someone, I think I would get caught the second the knife entered their face. That's my fucking luck. I'm just not good. It's like I follow the fucking rules all the time, and every time I try to step out of line and do something just a little bit illegal, just a little bit, I get fucking caught every time. And I learned that early on. I'm just not a good criminal. So I'd say no. I'm not good at busting shit up. So what it comes down to is there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Alright, so 5 out of 15. That would mean I'm like 33% psychopath, which I've done the math on it, is not that psychopathic. So if I was a psychopath, which I think I'm not, because I don't have any urge to beat the shit out of anyone, or I don't know exactly how psychopaths think. I'm not one. Then again, that's exactly what a psychopath would tell you, wouldn't it? Huh? You ever thought of that? Maybe this is a big ruse. Try to get you guys to believe I'm not. Yeah, so really what it comes down to is I have a need for stimulation, a shallow personal or emotional response, callousness, poor behavioral controls, and early behavioral problems. And honestly, my behavioral problems weren't that bad early on. The need for stimulation was only in reference to masturbation, and the poor behavioral controls were only in reference to masturbation. So what it comes down to is just shallow emotional response and callousness and lack of empathy, which basically summed up is I'm just an asshole. That's all it is. I'm just an asshole. That's a big fucking relief. Whew. Whew, man, that's fantastic. Yep, that explains the social life. That explains the social life. And that's why I have no friends. Just a fucking asshole. So, anyways, I went out and bought a dry erase board just for this video, which I'm sure didn't even turn out well. And before you leave, I want you to check out this Pokemon card someone sent me. General.Sam 123. Previous evolutionary form was General.Sam 122. My move is Pick and Whistle. Sam escapes Ukrainian ad agency and increases revenue by 100%. I wish. And then my second move is Fuck Up a Fallout 4 quest. Sam becomes confused. Sam then proceeds to completely bypass the main part of the quest, or does a quest entirely wrong butt-fuck way. It says fake card. Just in case you didn't know. Just in case, at the bottom it says fake card. Fuck, man, I was gonna try to play this oversized, giant fucking Pokemon card at my next tournament. What was I thinking?